Okay, let's get going. Tower of Ishal, first floor completed. We have a mission to do. I'm just happy that we finally see some proper action.
Maker's breath. What are these darkspawn doing ahead of the rest of the horde? There wasn't supposed to be any resistance here.
Weren't you complaining that you wouldn't get to fight?
Hey, you're right. I guess there is a silver lining here if you think about it. At any rate, we need to hurry. We need to get up to the top of the tower and light the signal fire in time. Tyron Loghain will be waiting for the signal.
I for one happy for the finding. There's no glory in lighting signal fires. It's glory in killing darkspawn. More importantly, fun in killing darkspawn. Glory is nice and all, but if you don't have fun, it's not really worth doing. Hopefully we'll encounter something besides this trash. There are a few ballistas here, so I'm a bit worried. Probably use these ballistas to harm enemies. Yeah.
I'll get on. There's so many!
The mage should be able to take care of himself. This is out of magic though. Okay, Mr. Mage, if you can't fight him, don't.
Got it.
Large flawed fire crystal, plus 20% fire resistance. You have to equip item on this character, and some armor. Trash opponents. Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. More of those, please.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? I'll get on it.
Loghain better be ready to charge as soon as we light the signal. The king is depending on us.
Small flawed fire crystal. Converts all damage to fire damage. Again, cannot equip on this character. The damage isn't all that great. Nice penetration, but not all that great. Plus 10% fire damage. And it's basically an, I guess, well, it's fire damage, but it bypasses normal armor entirely. This I think it does. Faced a single tough fight so far. I guess the
I'll get on it.
first barricade with the darkspawn mage was sort of a difficult fight. It was a tactical situation, but after that, nothing.
No end to these blasted things!
Cage release in Lock Alpha. What is gauged here?
Got it.
Ah, dogs. Release the hounds. Yeah, nice doggies. They really didn't stand a chance. But killing just this trash isn't really all that much of a fight. I'd like to fight something decent here. We're not even fighting overwhelming numbers. They're pretty equal in number to us. And they have nothing better in quality.
No end to these!
There's too many people, I can't even attack anyone.
Can I get you a ladder? Now's better.
At least this time they outnumbered us quite a bit. Still, not much of a fight.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Large flawed ice crystal. So the problem with the crystals is that since we don't have the character that uses them, it's we can't really get rid of them either. They might be very good or valuable items. I don't really know because I don't have the guide. They're just filling up inventory and not doing anything.
Now's better than later.
A lot of healing items. I think healing items stack perfectly, so they're always good. They're not gonna take any extra space.
I'll get on it.
A lot of injury kits. That's good indication that something a bit more serious is coming up.
No end to these plastic things!
Yeah. Fireballs. We're not going to really use them, but they're a great item to get because each one of them is worth something like 4 silver, and we got 10 plus. So that's half a gold coin right there. Much better reward than you're going to get, pretty much. Out of some unique weapons or equipment we might have. Anything new this time? Oh, ho, ho, ho. Yeah, it's a party enemy. We should try archery. Just saying.
They won't know it.
Yep. What are you doing?
Oh my god.
Resist, 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 resist. shit. Now we're in trouble. Can you paralyze him? I'm not saying you should run, but you should run.
I'll get out.
The mage is the one character that does not deal well in close combat. Yeah. Okay, can you do anything else? Can you shoot at him, at least? Excellent. Yep, paralyzed. Paralyzed. Ooh, the mage is dead.
On it, your back.
Just call me the Reaper.
Play.
All right.
I think we worked well.
Holy shit. Tower guard stabbed him with a mace. And he didn't quite die.
The beacon is over here. We've shot.
Lightning rune. Favorite's Aegis. And some money.
Surely missed the signal. Let's light it quickly before it's too late.
I'm not gonna use an injury kit on the circle mage. So, mission successful. Purple necklace. A gift item and more mushrooms. What the hell is with the mushrooms? I think we got a shield or something. Don't have the strength. Yeah, spell resistance, chance to avoid missile attack. So it's a good shield. We just need to up Alistair's strength a few points and he can get it. Very nice. I used there. Beacon. Light it.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Sound the retreat.
But what about the king? Should we not...
Do as I command.
Pull out! All of you, let's move!
Ah, your eyes finally open. Mother shall be pleased.
In general, I like where the plot is going at this point. It's not a surprise. The reason why I sort of like it, well, it's not a huge deal, but it's. I hate it when in a game the hero can never fail in anything he does. So everything he sets his mind on, he'll achieve one way or another. Naturally, to some extent, that's sort of necessary. But here we succeeded in what we were meant to do, and it was all for nothing. Everything still went to shit, and I like that. Also, bad things can happen to you even if you are successful. I'd like to have bad things happen to you, even if you do everything well. If you don't play things smart. This is not exactly that, but it sort of shows that not everything turns out well, even if you give it your best, and even if you stab the bad guy successfully and defeat the boss. The choices you make or some other people make can lead to bad end results. That's I'd wish to see more of that. This isn't an amazingly good example because it's a heavily railroaded thing that you can't really do anything about. I remember you, the girl from the wilds.
I am Morrigan, lest you have forgotten, and we are in the wilds where I am bandaging your wounds. You are welcome, by the way. How does your memory fare? Do you remember Mother's rescue?
Mm. She rescued me. You mean from the tower? I'm not sure she would know that. Okay, do you remember Mother's risk? I remember being overwhelmed by darkspawn.
Mother managed to save you and your friend, though 'twas a close call. What is important is that you both live. The man who was to respond to your signal quit the field. The darkspawn won your battle. Those he abandoned were massacred. Your friend, he is not taking it well.
My friend, human Alistair.
The suspicious dim-witted one who was with you before, yes. He is outside by the fire. Mother asked to see you when you awoke.
Whereby... No. Yeah. Thanks for helping me, Morgan.
You were welcome. Though Mother did most of the work, I am no healer.
Okay, were my injuries that severe?
Yes, but I expect you shall be fine. The Darkspawn did nothing Mother could not heal.
I have some questions if you don't mind.
I do not mind. Take your time.
How did she manage to rescue us exactly?
She turned into a giant bird and plucked the two of you from atop the tower, one in each talon. If you do not believe that tale, then I suggest you ask Mother yourself. She may even tell you.
A wizard did it. I don't think it was. It was a closed roof tower. So how would she get in even if she was a gigantic bird? Okay. I don't want to ask her about her mother's motives. I can ask such things from her mother directly. Any other survivors?
Only stragglers that are long gone. You would not want to see what is happening in that valley now.
Tell me.
Are you sure you want me to describe it?
Please.
I had a good view of the battlefield. 'Tis a grisly scene. There are bodies everywhere, and darkspawn swarm them, feeding, I think. They also look for survivors and drag them back down beneath the ground. I cannot say why.
Yeah, I'm not too interested in trying to rescue those survivors. They're basically gone at this point. And the more important thing is to stop the darkspawn anyway. Defeating them somehow. Okay, are we safe here from the darkspawn?
We are safe, for the moment. Mother's magic keeps the darkspawn away. Once you leave, 'tis uncertain what will happen. The Horde has moved on, so you might avoid it.
I think I've asked enough questions.
I agree. 'Tis time you speak with Mother, then be on your way.
Level up. Can I loot something? Level 7. Okay. Wait. We need strength for something. Or was it Alistair who needed strength for the shield? Might have been it. 22, yeah. So, that's not our problem. Excellent. We can get Master Combat Training. More importantly, what do we need here? Well, we need a lot of dexterity. Master Combat Training. Yes. Character is highly experienced in combat and gains small bonuses to armor and attack. Warriors and rogues gain access to top tier weapon talents. We could take Punisher. Character makes 3 blows against a target, dealing normal damage for the first 2 strikes and generating a critical hit for the final blow if it connects. The target may also suffer penalties to attack and defense or be knocked to the ground. No, I don't want that. We basically don't have the stamina to use all these abilities at the moment. So passive abilities or something new, more fatigue. So powerful would be a good one now. Reduces the fatigue penalties. Dual weapon finesse might be a good one. Okay, what's our level? It was... yeah, we'll now level 7 I guess. It's important to know because we need level 9 to be able to take this, level 12 to take this. Yeah. Dual weapon finesse. Character is extremely skilled at wielding a weapon in each hand, gaining bonuses to attack and defense. So we'll hit more often, enemies hit us less often. Seems like a good ability to take. Extra fatigue would certainly help too. But I feel dual weapon finesse is more important right now. We'll be taking powerful quite soon anyway. I cannot imagine playing with a warrior without taking this. Oh, it only makes sense not to take this if you don't take anything out of here naturally and don't intend to wear heavy armor. So maybe I should take it. No, dealing damage is more important. Fatigue helps naturally with that too, but if we avoid using certain abilities, we can still do quite a lot of damage. But this would help us hit more often and help with defense too, so... How much of a difference did it make? I didn't pay much attention. But our attack is now 92, so we have quite a high chance to attack, and our defense is 72. Chance of dodging or parrying physical attack. Missile yeah, defense is directly a missile deflection. Dodge is probably our main survivability in many sense. So if we can get increased chance to dodge attack, we probably should go for that. Anyway, let's talk to her mother.
Now's better.
See, here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure.
For sure. Yeah, I'm not, thanks to Morrigan's mother.
Oh, this doesn't seem real. If it weren't for Morrigan's mother, we'd be dead on top of that tower.
Do not talk about me as if I am not present, lad.
I didn't mean... But what do we call you? You've never told us your name?
Names are pretty, but useless. The chastened folk call me Flemeth. I suppose it will do.
The Flemeth? From the legends? Daveth was right. You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that mean? I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not?
If you're Flemeth, you must be very old and powerful.
Must I? Age and power are relative. It depends on who is asking. Compared to you, yes, on both counts.
Then why didn't you save Duncan? He was our leader.
I am sorry for your Duncan, but your grief must come later. In the dark shadows before you take vengeance, as my mother once said. Duty must come now. It has always been the Grey Warden's duty to unite the lands against the Blight. Or did that change when I wasn't looking?
No, it did not.
But we were fighting the darkspawn. The king had nearly defeated them. Why would Loghain do this?
Now that is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he believes the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver. Perhaps he does not see that the evil behind it is the true threat.
The archdemon.
What is this archdemon exactly?
It is said that long ago, the Maker sent the old gods of the ancient Tevinter Imperium to slumber in prisons deep beneath the surface. An archdemon is an old god awakened and tainted by darkspawn. Believe that or not, history says it's a fearsome and immortal thing, and only fools ignore history.
Fearsome and immortal. Immortal in what sense? That it's never dies of old age, or immortal in that if I go and stab it, it won't go down? Will you? Well, Clement has already helped us. I don't think she'll be. She has no interest in coming with us. Okay, we need to find this archdemon, but the problem is, as long as we don't really handle the Terran issue somehow, we'll have another army besides the darkspawn to deal with, and that's not really acceptable. So, what could the Terran hope to gain by betraying the king? We need to understand the situation here. We've stumbled along blindly again, not knowing anything. We don't really know a lot about the Grey Wardens either. We just joined up. We don't understand the political situation, why the betrayal was necessary. So, we need to understand what the hell are we getting into. Otherwise, we'll end up in a similar situation sooner or later again, because we don't know what's going on. So, what did the Terran hope to gain?
The throne? He's the Queen's father. Still, I can't see how he'll get away with murder.
You speak as if he would be the first king to gain his throne that way. Grow up, boy.
If Al-Eman knew what he did, he would never stand for it. The Landsmeet would never stand for it. There would be civil war.
Al-Eman? Is this someone important?
I suppose. Al-Eman wasn't at Ostagar. He still has all his men. And he was Kaelin's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help.
Surely there are other allies we could call on.
Of course! The treaties! Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves, mages, this Al-Eman, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army?
Why not? Isn't that what Grey Wardens do?
So you are set then, ready to be Grey Wardens.
Yes. Thanks for everything, Limit.
No, thank you. You are the Grey Wardens here, not I. Now, before you go, there is yet one more thing I can offer you. The stew is bubbling, Mother dear. Shall we have 2 guests for the eve, or none? The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them. Such a shame. What? You heard me, girl. The last time I looked, you had ears. Ha ha!
I think that's an excellent idea. Certainly wasn't looking forward to having a long trip with just Alistair as company.
Have I no say in this? You have been itching to get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
Very well. We'll take her with us.
Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages, young man, perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Point taken.
Mother, this is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these 2 must unite for Eldon against the darkspawn. They need you, Morrigan. Without you, they will surely fail, and all will perish under the blight.
Even I.
I understand.
And you, Wardens, do you understand? I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
I understand.
Allow me to get my things, if you please. I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the Wilds as our first destination. It is not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours.
No, I prefer you to speak your mind.
You will regret saying that.
Dear, sweet mother, you are so kind to cast me out like this. How fondly I shall remember this moment.
Well, I always said, if you want something done, do it yourself. Or hear about it for a decade or two afterwards.
Do you really want to take her along because her mother says so?
We need all the help we can get.
I guess you're right. The Grey Wardens have always taken allies where they could find them.
I am so pleased to have your approval.
Okay, I think we should get underway. I'll look what questions we can ask.
I may have answers. Ask.
Tell me about this village to the north.
'Tis a small place of little consequence called Lothering. No more than a stop along your Imperial Highway where travelers purchase goods from local farms and smiths. I would go more often were it not for the town's chantry. It makes the village particularly intolerant and unpleasant for a stranger such as me.
A chantry? And they never in all this time thought that maybe you were a witch?
Of course they have. They even called out their Templars once. They found nothing.
Have you ever been outside the wilds?
From time to time. I have been to the village I mentioned, watched its people, and pondered what curious beings they are. On occasion, I purchased goods from the village merchants. There I spoke with men a little. There they stared and knew me as an outsider. Mother wishes for me to expand the horizon of my experience beyond the wilds. Even she was not born here.
Is that what you want?
What I want is to see mountains. I wish to witness the ocean and step into its waters. I want to experience a city rather than see it in my mind. So, yes, this is what I want. Actually, leaving is harder than I thought, however. Perhaps Mother is right. It must simply be done quickly.
Okay. Well, what skills do you have exactly? I think that's important to know. We know she's some kind of spellcaster, but I can't make effective use of a resource if I don't know what the potential is.
I know a few spells, though I am nowhere near as powerful as Mother. I have also studied history and your Grey Warden treaties.
Can you cook?
I can cook, yes.
Thank you, Alistair. Thank you. Then you can substitute for Alistair.
Right, my cooking will kill us. That's all I meant.
I also know at least 15 different poisons that grow right here in this marsh. Not that I would suggest 'tis at all related to cooking.
Okay. How are we going to get past darkspawn?
The real question is how we are going to get your friend past the darkspawn, is it not?
That's true. We can sense the darkspawn. Conversely, they can sense us.
That's not reassuring.
We should be able to sneak past smaller groups, but larger ones, or particularly intelligent darkspawn, will always detect us.
Mother has given me something else for them to smell instead as we pass by. It is important we head out of the wilds, however, not farther in.
So the darkspawn are camped farther in the forest.
They come from underground, like an eruption. They broke through deep within the forest, and that is where they will be most concentrated.
Okay.
Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned-down hut.
Bah! 'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the blight.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
For God's sakes. Limit. It's a legend. Archdemon Deep Stalker. So questions about some creatures, these answers at least some of them. I don't really have at this point. Yep. False Dragon Gods of the Winter Imperium. No one knows what it is that drives the darkspawn in their relentless search for the sleeping old gods. Perhaps it is instinct, as moths will fly into torch flames. Perhaps there is some remnant of desire for vengeance upon the ones who goaded the magistrate to assault heaven. Whatever the reason, when darkspawn find one of these ancient dragons, it is immediately afflicted by the taint. It awakens twisted and corrupted and leads the darkspawn in a full-scale invasion of a land. The light. Steward's Aegis. Guess some items are worth of special note. It's, in my opinion, the shield wasn't anything special. Huh. Well, I'm certainly not gonna go through those now. Alistair approves, Morgan approves. Yeah, approval rating +4. Not sure what affects the approval. I think Alistair is he jokes quite a lot. So if we're sympathetic at all and mostly agree with him, we probably can raise Alistair's approval without too much fuss. Morgan, shapeshifter. Shit. And this is the most useless specializations for a mage. It's shit. It's like if you really want to play a mage with the ability to turn your spellcasting options off. So it's terrible. Morgan is very cutthroat, I think. Sort of a survival of the fittest kind of thing. No sympathy or pity for anyone weak or anyone who doesn't try to take control of their own lives. Be at the top, be in control. So she's very easy to lose approval with. Party members' approval changes based on plot decisions or gifts. High approval provides combat bonuses and possible romance options, while low approval may lead a party member to desert you. Yeah. I'm mainly going to avoid low approval, that's my goal. A high approval, if it comes, it comes. I naturally will try to give the appropriate gifts for everyone, so I'm pretty sure we'll end up with positive approval with everyone. I sort of agree, I think, with Morgan's view, but I think Morgan's view is sort of it's naive. Probably because she's lived just with Flemeth all her life. She does not understand social interactions or groups, so, and she's been raised as a very independent one anyway, so doesn't, I guess that's why she also has the survival of the fittest. No one's exactly treated her with sympathy ever. Had to make it on her own, so she respects the people who do the same and despises pretty much everyone else. Yeah, the Templar abilities are a bit strange because you have to wait so long before you gain access to them. So for a long time they don't really do anything. Besides the Righteous Strike. Basically every time Alistair hits a mage, he drains some of the mana away. So if he's in melee combat with a mage, the mage can still cast something, but once he's done his casting, he's not going to be able to regenerate anything. Shield balance. The character has learned to compensate for the weight of a shield in combat and no longer suffers an attack penalty while using shield defense. Tactics slots. Not you. So, oh, we need to check Morrigan's talents. Shield defense. I don't think we really need to do anything. Maybe, yeah. No, I don't think so. What does shield pummel do? I guess we could activate that from time to time. Okay, let's say, what? Shield bash, enemy health below 50%. Yeah, what the fudge was I thinking there? Larger or more than 50%. Okay, that seems about right. But Morgan, what do you know? You know some herbalism? That's nice. You can be our herbalism crafter. What about talents? Yeah, shapeshifter. Can turn into a spider. Shapeshifter can transform into a giant spider, gaining a large bonus to nature resistance as well as spider's web and poison speed abilities. Caster spell power determines how powerful the form is. With Master Shapeshifter, the mage becomes a corrupted spider, growing still stronger and gaining the Overwhelm ability. Bear and Flying Sword. This is the interesting one. I guess this doesn't have a physical form, so you can't just hit an insect swarm with a sword, but it's vulnerable to certain types of attacks still. Is it fire? Evading, very good chance of evading physical attacks, but it is extremely vulnerable to fire. With Master Shapeshifter, the character gains health whenever the swarm inflicts damage. I have never tried to do Shapeshifter fully and then try to build an entire build around Shapeshifter. I don't know what would be the best way, because once you change shape, that's pretty much it. There's not a lot you can do after that. I don't even know if your hit points are determined by your character or the shape. I do know you can't cast spells, so for a mage that's a pretty goddamn huge problem. Maybe you could work in some kind of a tandem system, basically where you take a lot of damage abilities, in the sense where you need to remove a threat. You try to remove the guy who can threaten you in your flying swarm mode, and once you kill that, you transform and finish the fight being the insect swarm or something like that. But it would be most of your magical abilities would pretty much go to waste, so it's hard to. This would have been a better combination for someone else. Just doesn't make much sense for a mage. Okay, we have frost weapons. It's similar to flame weapons, but frost damage. Winter Scraps, that's a good attack spell with a low cooldown. Yep, very good. Very, very good. And, ooh, Mind Blast. A wave of telekinetic force that stuns enemies caught in the sphere. No friendly fire possible, which is very good. Vulnerability Hex lowers resistances. Disorient, negatives to attack and defense. Horror, unable to move until it passes a mental resistance. Some kind of combination with sleep possible to do massive spiritual damage and drain life. No great abilities at this point, but nice buff, nice damage spell. This is very good. Area of effect stun only affects enemies, and a few debuffs, so she's definitely not bad at all. Yeah, enemy health less than 50%, Winter Grasp, so finishing up spell. Self being attacked by melee, Horror. Self surrounded by at least 2 enemies, Mind Blast, very nice. Self health under 50%, drain life. Okay, she's not using all her abilities now. I'll have to remove something. I think I'm going to remove this. I'll manually use Mind Blast when necessary. I want, yeah, enemy with the lowest health. Attack with, shit, you don't have it. Crap. Crap. Disorient. Yep. Shit. Okay. Self any. Keep the frost weapons active. And I think we're done. Ooh, Flemeth is a party murderer. That's very likely true. Yeah. We're finally ready to start our adventure.